Hey you guys, it's Hannah, and today I'm going to be talking about all the books that I'm hoping to read in the month of June. Okay, so first off, we have Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. This is the book I'm actually currently reading at the moment, but I figured I would include it anyways. So yeah, this is the perfect summer romance in my opinion. I love all of the main characters, and I love how much detail they have instead of just kind of feeling like secondary characters, I guess, if that's a thing. You really feel like you get to know each and every one of them individually, which I love. And Stephanie Perkins also does an amazing job as far as like the setting and really making the reader feel like you are there right in the story. So I love it, and I highly recommend this one. It is the perfect summer romance in my opinion, and I cannot wait to read her other books, Lola and the Boy Next Door and Isla and the Happily Ever After. I will definitely be picking those up very soon as well. I will not read the synopsis because I feel like everybody, or most people at least, have heard of this or have read it and know what it's about. So yeah. Alright, next up we have Miss Bixby's Last Day by John David Anderson, the author of Sidekicked. I've never heard of that book before, but yeah, if you've read it or if you've heard of it, it's the same author, I guess. This is a middle grade novel that follows three boys, Topher, Brand, and Steve, and their teacher, Miss Bixby, has announced that she will not be finishing the school year because she is sick. So the three of them, there's three different stories that they tell, and we begin to understand just what Miss Bixby means to Topher, Brand, and Steve, and what they are willing to go to such great lengths to tell her. Alright, next up we have Miss Bixby's Last Day by John David Anderson, the author of Sidekicked. I've never read that book or heard of it, but if you have, then it's the same author. This is a middle grade novel that follows three main characters, Topher, Brand, and Steve, and it says, everybody knows there are three different kinds of teachers: the good ones, the not so good ones, the boring ones, the mean ones, the ones who try too hard, the ones you'll never remember, and the ones you want to forget. But Miss Bixby is none of these. She's the sort of teacher who makes you feel like the indignity of school is worthwhile, who makes the idea of growing up less terrifying, who you never want to disappoint. What Miss Bixby is one of a kind. Topher, Brand, and Steve know this better than anybody, and so when Miss Bixby unexpectedly announces that she is very sick and won't be able to finish the school year, they come up with a plan. And through the three different stories they tell, we begin to understand just what Miss Bixby means to Topher, Brand, and Steve, and what they are willing to go to such great lengths to tell her. So yeah, I'm excited to read this. Like I said, it is middle grade, so I feel like it will be a nice short little read for the summer, but I'm looking forward to it. Okay, next up we have Don't Read the Comments by Eric Smith. This is a book that I saw floating around BookTube a few months ago, and it seemed quite popular, so I figured I would finally pick it up and give it a read. So yeah, all I really know about this one is that it is about the main character who is a gamer girl and a streamer, and she's dealing with some hate comments in the streaming and gaming community. I kind of want to go into this one not knowing a whole lot and see how it goes. So I'm hoping to get to this one as well and see if it's as good as people say. Alright, next up we've got a couple memoirs. We've got The First Time by Colton Underwood. Colton Underwood was on The Bachelor a few years ago, and The Bachelor, you guys, is like one of my guilty pleasures in life. I've been watching it like since I was a kid. Like my mom would watch it, so I just watched it with her, and even as a grown-up I still love it. So yeah, guilty pleasure show. and this book was released a while ago, and it's been on my radar, kind of not super high priority on my TBR, but it's been there. And Colton actually recently came out as gay, so I figured this would be the perfect time to read it, with June being Pride Month. So yeah, this is just a memoir that kind of talks about his life and his experience on the show. So yeah, this book does not have the greatest reviews, so I'm a little bit nervous, but I still want to give it a chance regardless. So we'll see if it's good, if it's bad, if it's okay, but yeah, we'll see how it is. Alright, next up we have It Takes Balls by Josh Wolfe. Like I said, this is another memoir by the comedian Josh Wolfe, and this just kind of talks about his dating life and being a single dad, and also trying to juggle those things while also being a comedian. So yeah, this one actually, however, has lots of good reviews. When I saw it on Goodreads, it had majority of the reviews were 5 stars, so this one I do have high expectations for, and I'm really looking forward to reading this one. It sounds like a good one. Alright, so my last 2 books I don't own copies of, so I will try to insert pictures of the covers for you guys here. But my last 2 books that I'm hoping to read this month are Early Departures by Justin A. Reynolds and Chasing Lucky by Jen Bennett. So, Early Departures is a YA contemporary that follows the 2 main characters, Jamal and Q. And so Q passed away while trying to save a stranger from drowning. And prior to him passing away, Jamal and Q had a falling out, and they never dealt with it. And now that Q has passed, Jamal is kind of, regretting not fixing things beforehand. But then the unimaginable happens. So yeah, this is a book that I've seen all over BookTube lately, and people are loving it and talking about it everywhere, so I really want to give this one a chance as well, and hopefully I love it. And finally, we have Chasing Lucky by Jen Bennett. I have read pretty much all of Jen Bennett's books. There is one, The Shape of the Heart, or something along those lines, The Shape of a Heart, or something. That's the only other one I have not read, but I have read her other books, and I love them, and so this was pretty much an instant read for me, and I'm really looking forward to this one as well. Chasing Lucky follows 2 main characters, Lucky and Josie. So Josie, who lives with her mom, who has moved from house to house her entire life, is finally back at her hometown, so that they can run their family bookstore. But as a photographer, she does not plan on staying there permanently, but for now, this is home. And while she's there, she runs into her childhood best friend, or childhood ex-best friend, I guess, Lucky, who wants nothing to do with her at all, but as we all know, that is not how things are gonna go. And I love Jen Bennett's books, and this one just sounds like the perfect one. It sounds like my new favorite, and I haven't even read it, so I kind of have a bit of high expectations for this one because it just sounds so amazing. Like, it's a small town, and it's a library, and of course we've got the bad boy, who's not really a bad boy, but everyone thinks he's the bad boy. So yeah, sounds like the perfect summer read, or even fall read. So I'm really hoping to get to this one as well. So yeah. Okay, so those are the books I'm planning on reading this month. I'm not sure if I'll get to all of them, but hopefully I can read most of these. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below if you guys have read any of these books, what you thought of them if you have, and also I want to know what is on your guys' June TBR. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!